We've been told a strange story about the universe, a story where nothing is real until we look, a story where reality waits, silent, undefined, until our eyes fall upon it. But if that were true, why does the universe never break character? Picture yourself in a colossal maze, total darkness, only a single beam of light to guide you. Wherever the light touches, the walls appear. It feels like the maze is being built around you, moment by moment. But that's the illusion. The maze was always there. You just couldn't see it. If the maze were truly created on the spot, it should glitch, shift, contradict itself. But it doesn't. Every hallway is exactly where it should be. Every measurement lands on the same unshakable structure. The universe behaves like something already designed. Now imagine the universe as a four-dimensional book. Every page already written. Every moment already etched into space-time. When you measure something, you're not creating the page. You're turning to the one that was waiting for you. Copenhagen tells the story from inside the maze. A narrow beam, a limited view, a world that seems to collapse when you look. But the block universe zooms out. It shows the entire structure at once. Complete, consistent, already real. Collapse isn't creation, it's revelation. If reality were born from observation, it would be chaotic, unstable, unpredictable. But it isn't. It is precise. It is ordered. It is astonishingly consistent. The universe is not improvising. It is unfolding. And every time we measure something, we're not making reality happen. We're catching up to the part of the story that was already written. But the story doesn't end with Copenhagen. There are other interpretations of quantum mechanics. Bolder, stranger, more ambitious. And each one reveals a different face of the same underlying structure. Let's step deeper. Many worlds tells us the wave function never collapses. Every outcome happens, every possibility unfolds, and with each measurement the universe splits, again and again, into an endless multiverse. But in the block universe, there is no need for splitting. The branches are already there, not as separate universes, but as parallel world lines woven into the same four-dimensional tapestry. No splitting, no duplication, just a vast library of trajectories, each one complete, each one real. Probability becomes something simpler, something cleaner. Which world line does your consciousness occupy? Same mathematics, different metaphysics. A multiverse without the chaos, a structure instead of a storm. Cubism takes a radical stance. The wave function isn't a property of the world, it's a property of you. A reflection of your beliefs, your expectations, your limited access to the whole. In the block universe, this becomes the first-person interface. The structure is objective, but your access to it is not. You see only a slice, a fragment, a narrow window carved by your position in space-time. So you assign probabilities not because the universe is uncertain, but because you are. Measurement becomes an update. A refinement of your internal map as you navigate a world that was already there. This is cubism inside the block, objective reality, subjective access. Relational quantum mechanics goes even further. It says properties don't exist absolutely. They exist only in relation to an observer. There is no view from nowhere, only views from somewhere. And in the block universe, this becomes geometry. Each observer moves along a different world line. Each intersects different events. Each has access to a different slice of the whole. Not contradictions, perspectives, wave and particle behavior. Not mysteries, just different relational cuts through the same underlying structure. Relational QM becomes the local geometry of a universe that is fixed, but revealed differently to every conscious path that travels through it. You are circling something profound, a universe that is fixed, a consciousness that moves, a structure that is complete, a perspective that is limited. Quantum uncertainty is not chaos. It is the felt experience of navigating a world far larger than your field of view. You are not creating reality, you are discovering your path through it. And the interpretations of quantum mechanics are simply different languages for describing that discovery. This is the architecture of existence, a universe already written, a consciousness unfolding through it, a story waiting to be read. And you are the traveler moving through the pages. We've explored the quantum interpretations. We've seen how each one becomes a different interface for navigating a universe already written. But now we reach the heart of the story, the part that involves you, your consciousness, your choices, your identity. Because the block universe is not just a structure, it is a landscape your awareness travels through. And that journey is where free will lives. In a fixed universe, consciousness is not the creator of events. It is the experiencer of them, the witness, the traveler. Your awareness moves through space-time like a beam of light, tracing a path through a cathedral of possibilities. The universe is the architecture. Consciousness is the motion. And the motion is not random. It is guided by identity. Free will is not the power to rewrite the universe. It is the power to navigate it. Every possible future already exists as a world line inside the block. But you do not experience all of them. You experience one. And the question is, which one? This is where free will emerges. Not as the creation of new events, but as the selection of which events become your lived reality. Your choices are the steering mechanism. Your identity is the compass. Your consciousness is the traveler. Free will is the act of aligning yourself with the world line that matches who you are becoming. Identity is not a label. It is a trajectory, a direction of travel through the block. Every belief you hold, every emotion you cultivate, every story you tell yourself shapes the path your consciousness follows. Identity engineering is the art of rebuilding the internal architecture that determines which world line you inhabit. When you shift your identity, you shift the lens through which you perceive the universe. And when the lens changes, the path changes. Not because the universe bends to your will, but because your consciousness aligns with a different trajectory already present in the structure. Identity engineering is not magic. It is navigation. This is the deeper insight. Quantum uncertainty is not the universe being vague. It is you encountering the limits of your access. Free will is not the power to alter the block. It is the power to choose your path through it. Identity is not a static trait. It is the internal geometry that determines which version of the future you step into. And consciousness, your consciousness, is the thread that stitches all of this together. You are not trapped in a predetermined fate. You are not a passive passenger in a fixed universe. You are the navigator, the selector, the architect of the self that walks the path. The universe is written, but your journey through it is yours. And the moment you understand that, you stop asking, what future is waiting for me? And start asking, which version of myself do I choose to become? Please like, subscribe, and share if this topic is of interest to you. I will see you in the next video.